So in the last video, the rebellions rose and took over the Soviet Union, and it became the Russian Empire. So the Russian Empire converted into Czarist, and after a long crisis, they decided to take on their former territorial ambitions and capture Afghanistan. And somehow, unlike the Soviet invasion, they won the war and captured Afghanistan. After they captured Afghanistan, they went for Pakistan and finally for India. But India is powerful, and they held a rebellion against them. They managed to take back all of the former territory and parts of Afghanistan. But sadly, didn't make it, as the Russian Empire was smart as to flash strike Iran and capture that area and attack India from all sides. So they did. And they got back all of Afghanistan, plus Pakistan, plus the rest of India. China saw the writing on the wall and offered them Tibet, which they took. And they took Nepal and Bhutan too. They took the rest of India and Bangladesh. They took Dravida Nadu and Ceylon, now known as Sri Lanka. They went to the Maldives and took that too. They went to Southeast Asia and thought it was super duper beautiful, so they caught that too. But Southeast Asia played hard to get and divided the provinces by 10. The Russians managed to take the majority of Southeast Asia, but since they couldn't take all of it, they decided to take the island of China and the majority of Southeast China, including Guangdong. They took it only after taking the Philippines, because some reason the Philippines were extremely close to Vietnam, and Vietnam was very powerful. Anyway, they captured the Philippines and they captured the majority of the Philippines and managed to capture Brunei and Borneo. They advanced into Vietnam and captured Ho Chi Minh City. Moved into the rest of Vietnam and caught it. They caught the rest of Laos, finished off Thailand, killed Myanmar, and disengaged Malaysia from the world stage, as well as Singapore and Sumatra of Indonesia. As this happened, they got stronger and stronger and captured the rest of the Philippines because they didn't want any more breaks. Indonesia is a strong country, but it couldn't stand the large military of this Czarist nation. The Philippines was extremely resistant, but still got demolished. They managed to capture the rest of Indonesia and take the capital, Jakarta. They captured Timor-Leste. And Papua New Guinea. They were the most powerful country in the world. They were even more powerful than the U.S. They captured Bougainville Island. While this was happening, they decided to change their name from the Russian Empire to the Tsardom of all Rus. They captured Taiwan. And they captured, most importantly of all for the next video, Mongolia. By now they were the king of all of the world and decided that they were strong enough to capture Scandinavia. But while this was happening, the newly Russian province of Mongolia teamed up with the newly Russian province of Inner Mongolia and manufactured a crisis along the border. They managed to take back Russian lands and most of the Chinese Russian lands. And they were the second largest country in the world until there was a war. Mongolia gained its independence from Russia and took back Inner Mongolia. After and Tibet declared its independence. So did the PRC. They declared their independence, and China became one of the most allied countries to Russia in the world. the PRC captured India, but soon India declared its independence from the PRC, both the PRC and Russia. And the India transformed into and while India was declared independence, it transformed into the subcontinent of the Indian Subcontinent Federation. Which included Afghanistan and Tibet too. Also, even Sri Lanka was part of the Indian Subcontinent Federation. So was Myanmar. They managed to take back lots of Central Asia and fight off the Russians. And the Czarists, but the Czarists were still one of the most powerful countries in the world. This is the end of this. That's the end of this video.